Today's class particularly hit me because, you talked about the lymphatic system, and that, lymphatic drainage is something that we do.
Which I love.
Yeah,
I regularly.
LondonCryo, that's right. So when you did the lymphatic bit towards the end there, I felt that release, and it's this is why it's so amazing that, we've got that connection and we understand what we're trying to achieve. So the combination of our treatments and then being able to come and do a class here is just like a partnership.
For sure. This is why I value this partnership, and I value the treatments that you offer, because it's about educating the clients.
Correct.
Also.
Correct.
That's where the lack is happening.
Yes.
Because they often go exercise, people will tell them push, push, push. It has to be the right amount of push. And exercise stimulates improvement.
That's right.
But recovery enables it. Mm-hmm. And that's what people don't understand.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Reinventing Cool. Today's guest is Lara Hassan. Lara is a multidisciplinary and founder of Core, BodybyLara Method, and Spring Sculpt, a trainer with 25 years experience in fitness and movement. Core is the result of 25 years of experience in body science, movement, and continued research expressed and delivered in various formats.
Welcome today, Lara, to today's episode of Reinventing Cool.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being with you and having this chat.
Very good. We've just done an amazing class here at Core. This is a new community and a new space that you're brought to London. Love being a part of this studio and coming along to your classes.
I love having you in class. It just gives me a lot of satisfaction seeing you tortured a little bit. You look after my body in recovery, and I give.
Yes, exactly. That's why we work so well together, which is really exciting because we do have a partnership coming up. So this is a very good opportunity to share that.
Exactly.
But yes, your classes do torture me, and then you get to recover at my place.
But it's nice. I think it aligns well with actually your ethos. So I'm glad that when you find the benefit of the classes in a way that it relates to what you actually do, which that's why I think this synergy is great.
It's true. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Lara, I'd love to know more about your journey into this space and what made you establish Core.
Everything I've done now, I've visualized many years ago. So I've always known that I'm going to have a studio at this size, but it definitely takes time to achieve your goal in terms of your own evolution as a trainer, and your own research and the space itself, what kind of space is going to fit around the method that you are going to give. So I started 25 years ago. My background in Lebanon was literature and philosophy and humanities. So I studied the human element, the emotional element, the psychology of the human, and then I went to the body. I studied sports science, and that came because I practiced yoga at a very young age, and I knew that somehow I have wisdom. I had wisdom. I knew that I'm not going to teach yoga until maybe when I'm 80, because yoga to me is a wisdom rather than a physical practice.
Amazing.
So I decided, okay, to teach good yoga, what do I need? I need to study anatomy. I need to study physiology. So that's the route I took. I became a personal trainer initially, so when I studied sports science in London. And then I discovered Pilates while working as a personal trainer, and I'm tall, so I used to go clubbing and dance a lot, and I need that back strength. So Pilates gave me that awareness that I didn't have even when I practiced my own yoga. Although yoga gave me a different type of awareness, Pilates gave me the muscular connections that I needed to have a strong back. So that's where it started. I did my first course with Pilates Foundation, and then I met a client who I was traveling with. So studied in New York, in London and LA. I toured with Sting for 10 years. So whenever I was traveling, I was taking courses with the founders, with the students who Joseph Pilates trains. I was lucky in that sense. At the same time, I met a teacher I love who teaches gyrotonics, who developed the gyrotonics method. And he was giving teacher trainings at the time. So I went and did that in Germany, started my pre-training in London, and so on and so forth, from Pilates to Pilates, from Pilates mat to Pilates apparatus, to Garuda, to yoga, to bar, to all these, to face yoga I even did, because to me, I've always been on this search of working the body. How do we work the body? What does it mean to be healthy? What do I need to enable the body to be in its optimal health?
Yes.
And that has always been my search and my research. We need resistance to build muscles. We need core strength to stand better.
Yes.
We need to understand the movement. So that I developed through dancing, studying dance techniques, and worked with dancers to improve the quality of their dance, how they roll through the feet, how they jump better. So again, my training was always with the intention that I'm not just building muscle, I'm improving their performance.
Incredible.
And performance to me wasn't only about the superficial, it was about the inner body.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say 25 years, one method led to another until I developed my own method at my first studio, Spiral Body, in Notting Hill. That was around 2008. So all the springs you see down, they started there.
Oh, wow.
That long ago.
Amazing.
So, for example, for Pilates, when I studied it, we always use the term wrap your seat, wrap your seat. Then I thought, okay, when I work, and I tell the client wrap their seat, they don't know how to wrap, they don't know where the seat is. Okay, what do? Let me train in bar, because bar gets them immediately into the seat. So I use that link between the methods to actually get the person, get the most out of each workout in one session. Because to me, work is about finding solutions also.
It is.
For the body. It's not just come, work out, okay, I want you to feel good, but I want you to leave with something.
Yes.
So all these methods, they connected together. From that studio, I went to BodybyLara Studio, which was in Knightsbridge, for a few years. And the change of the studio was just due to the space.
Yes.
I was no longer able to rent it. And then I came to East London to work with a gym here. I was the head of development, so I started. Then my interest was more to train teachers and to create concepts. So I started creating concepts. Again, in the back of my mind, I knew that I'm headed towards that plan,
Yes.
which is up there. And then we looked for more than a year to find this beautiful space. It was very important for me to find a space that has light.
Yes.
And because to me, movement is expansion. And I liked also that sensory stimulation in the body while you're moving. Because, of course, all of us will go through that phase where we want to work in a dark place, sweat a lot. But again, to create that wellness feeling in the body, you need that environment that helps you balance your hormones.
It's true.
Right?
Yes, especially as we get older, right? That becomes
Exactly.
even more important.
Exactly. And this is where CORE came to life. It started in April.
Yes.
And it's been building since. And I'm lucky to have amazing people like you who support my journey in the studio. And we're building up clientele, a nice community who have trained with me in the past. Some of them come from West London here for the class.
Yes.
So it's amazing when you start seeing that people are getting it, they're understanding the concept. Or when I say synergy, or when I say cortisol reduction, or when I say anti-inflammatory, because I want to educate them constantly about what is actually good for their body. And yeah, this is how CORE is. It's 3 floors of different aspects of fitness. One to build muscles, low impact. Another to explore movement in multi-dimensional way, where it's spring sculpt, the slam board, which you try.
Yes, yes.
It has a bit of a cardio element. It has an alignment element, a lot of hip kind of knee, full body joint articulation. And here you have the Pilates Reformer, which, as you experience now in the classes, I changed the focus in the class. So here you're doing, in the jump board today, for example, we're doing the sweat element,
Yes.
lymphatic system activation
Correct.
element. So that's the story of CORE.
That's amazing. And you touched on so many important things there. If I could just go back, when you talk about, getting people to understand their cortisol levels, and in the class earlier, you talked about the connection with the lymphatic system. And that's why I'm really excited about us working together, because that's what we're about too at LondonCryo, right? It's all about health optimization, which you get
100%.
by coming along here as well, with you understanding what you want to achieve within your body as well. It's not just the external. It's what's happening internal. And then with our services, we're all about lowering the cortisol levels. So if you understand where your levels are at, then of course you can either come and do your workout or come and do, cryotherapy, for example, where you're going to get the benefits of lowering your cortisol levels. Today's class particularly hit me because, you talked about the lymphatic system, and that, lymphatic drainage is something that we do. And
which I love.
Yeah,
I regularly.
LondonCryo, that's right. Yeah. So, and as you know, you've come along and experienced the wonderful Kelly with us for your lymphatic.
She's incredible.
Yes.
She's, I told you, I'm getting attachment.
Yes.
I need that massage. She's so good.
She taps right into.
She's wonderful. She touches, and it's the right amount of pressure, because often, you go to places and they tell you it's lymphatic massage, but you don't really
have that release. Correct.
You don't have the release. You don't feel that impact afterwards. With Kelly, as soon as I walk out, she can tell me where the body is blocked, and when she works on things, I leave and I start feeling the release around my body. And this is why I love about her massage, in addition to her
personality,
exactly.
but just touching back on that, like when you did the lymphatic bit towards the end there, like I felt that release, and it's like, this is why it's so amazing that we've got that connection and we understand what we're trying to achieve, especially I'm getting older and stuff, so being able to make sure that we can touch on those points and get the drainage that you want from lymphatic drainage to release all those toxins that get built up 100%. During the day. So the combination of our treatments and then being able to come and do a class here is just like a partnership made in heaven. For sure.
This is why I value this partnership, and I value the treatments that you offer, because I'm from what it's about educating the clients. Correct. Also. Correct. That's where the lack is happening, because they often go exercise. People will tell them push, push, push. It has to be the right amount of push. And exercise stimulates improvement. That's right. But recovery enables it. And that's what people don't understand. If you don't give yourself that time to recover, you're not giving that the oxygenation to come back to the body, the tissue repair, blood flow, hormone, but even mentally, if you're generally thinking pushing without actually taking that time back to give the body the healing it needs, your muscle won't actually build. Exactly. And that's what people don't realize, because they think more, and I can just maybe go for a massage once a month. It's not like that. It has to be integrated within your workout. It's as important as the workout itself. Correct. They go hand in hand, and that's what I find personally, and I try to talk to people about it. Yeah, and that's what I love about your discipline as well. I admit I love that hard workout, but you do need to balance it with stuff like this for your body to be able to have a different kind of way of, reaching different parts of the body and muscles and stuff to have that impact. It can't all just be cardio, for example, or just resistance training. You do need to do your strength work in here as well. Of course. Resistance is very important for muscle build, and this is why the studio is designed in this way. You have one floor, like I said earlier, to build muscles. You're literally giving your body slower workouts to allow the muscles to build. And then when we work to end range with my method, which is the mat sculpt or the springs, you are improving the joint strength and your flexibility while creating that tension and working time over tension and playing around with that. So the body is constantly challenged to develop those inner muscles, in addition to building those beautiful muscles that people see, but there's much more to looking good, because to me it's like, what is it to look good? So if I could be running every day, but I'm completely run down afterwards, and my body my posture is not great, I'm not breathing properly. So it's hopefully together we'll be able to give that education, because it's about education to me. It is. And something else that you also touched on in class was the mind-body connection. So how do you make sure that your clients are making sure that they are tapped into what's happening in their body at the same time as you're putting them through that workout? So I simplify things by giving them points of connection sometimes, where, for example, if they reach out of this finger, how it connects to their shoulder, how it stretches the nerve. So I start with very baby steps like this. Right. And then I start stretching their capacity in the understanding. Through movement, I make them feel certain things without telling them, this is what you should do, that's where you should feel it. Through the movement facilitates what I am after in their body. So how do to me, even if you get somebody to put a nail on the wall and ask them to draw a circle around it, you're training their nervous system to do something. It's training their brain to start from like doing short segments with concentration to stretching their concentration longer and further, to make them. First of all, I don't let them, because the exercises need a lot of thinking. I don't allow them.
Correct.
So I make them be responsible for how their foot is moving.
Yes.
It's about making them responsible for their own body, so they don't rely on the teacher. Because I can tell you, lift, scoop, point. But if you're not going to point, so I, by repetition, sometimes it would be through my words, other times it would be through touching them.
Right.
To stimulate something and proprioception. So that actually gives the client the guidance to where I want them to be, and in addition to obviously me demonstrating. Again, I watch the class as I go along, because I don't prepare. So I walk into the class.
That's interesting.
I never prepare a class.
Wow, okay.
I choreograph on the spot.
Yes.
So I look at the class, I know my clients, and if I don't know them, this is when I see, okay, how much they can take. I watch how their body's moving, and I see what I'm going to do with it in the class, or what their level is at.
Yeah.
And I do that as an on the spot. Again, different techniques, from touch to sensory kind of stimulation.
Yes.
To demonstration. Everybody's different.
Yes.
Everybody takes information different, and it's about finding that middle ground.
Yes.
That's why you have to, no matter how advanced the class is, I will always build it up from simple work, from the ground up.
Right.
Because if I immediately, okay, you're all advanced, you're strong, but maybe today you're not in your body.
Yes.
So I need your attention. I make you
amazing.
Look at your feet.
Yeah.
It's the best thing to do. Let's start with the footwork, which is basically a Joseph Pilates start with the footwork. Rather. It's not my invention.
Right, okay.
But it's definitely, that's it. You make them responsible, hold them responsible for what their body's doing, I would say.
But that's amazing to hear that, because I come to your classes, I love your classes, but they're always so structured. It's like you always have a plan, right? But it's interesting that you're just thinking, because the class flows so freely and structured and perfectly, and like everybody walks away just thinking, that's what I needed. So it's amazing that you can.
I have the memory of an elephant. I choreograph on the spot, and I see, and I don't know why it's been throughout my career, it's not just now. I see the body in a 3D, like in 3D. I can see your stagnation. I can see where the body's blocked. It's almost like when there is stagnation, I see it as like dark kind of spot that I can't access. And again, when the person relaxes into the movement, they allow you in. And when they allow you in, you start being able to do more with them. And this interchange is what I find super exciting in my career. Yeah. Because it keeps me engaged of course. Also, and it's satisfying. Yeah. So the work is never boring. I love it, actually. Yeah. And obviously the element of sculpt will always be there, and that is the easy part.
Could you tell me more about the element of sculpt? What do you mean by that? Like seeing a body take shape over time?
So basically, to access to change the body, I like to first work on the postural elements. Right. So to see how I can fix, let's say, the alignment of their shoulders. If somebody's shoulders are rounded, I will give them a full body workout, but when it comes to their shoulders, I want to do exercise that opens up the back, rather than just think of building muscles. Yes. So then, okay, I've taken a step back with what I'm doing with the muscle building there. I take it to mobility there while I'm doing gentle muscle stimulation through different movements. So to build muscles, like I said, I use weights, I use springs, so it's different types of resistance, and I use body weight. So I keep varying the stimulation of the muscle, depending on what I want in each class and depending on the client. So to change the body transformation, it's postural, it's their connection to their body and how they walk out of the room. Muscle building, again, like I could be doing just very basic glute bridges, or the variations are where the choreography, where my method is. It's taking them into that movement element. It's like I can dance element. Yes. I want them to feel that in the class, because you leave the class feeling, wow, I've done that. Mm-hmm. And my clients walk out of here and they say, I've never seen my leg going up so much. And to them, it's an achievement. You know, it gives you that courage to want to do more.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's different stimulation for the muscles, using different types of resistance in addition to fixing alignment and balance.
That's
in the body.
perfect. It's amazing, and to our benefit. So that's amazing. Lara, you've been in this space for a long time, right? So how have you seen the evolution of Pilates come to such a popular movement that everyone wants to be a part of at the moment? Because I mean, I've been in fitness, I've been working out for like 30 years, but Pilates has only been a part of my life for the probably last 3-4 years. So what do you think has happened in society to get us to this point now where, I mean, I think I heard something recently that the most booked classes are Pilates classes at the moment in the fitness space. So what do you think has led to that?
It's great and not great at the same time.
Okay,
so I have, my opinion is, I have been in the industry for so long. When I first started my studio, the idea was to bring the real Pilates, which is the classical Pilates, to London, practiced on the Graz, the apparatus that Joseph Pilates created. So back then, people didn't know it was a rich person's exercise, and they did it privately. They didn't like to be in group classes. So even the concept in New York, I would go to a group class and do a reformer class where it was real Pilates. When I came back to London, they started, let's say, boot camp and this and that. They started those reformer workouts. I wish it stayed at that stage where it was still closer to Pilates. It's moved so far away from what Pilates is currently.
Right.
So when you go to reformer classes, there's hardly any Pilates in it. And that's what I don't like. I like that people are aware of Pilates as a method, but I wish there were more studios who actually give the right training to their teachers, for one, to really know when they're giving an exercise, why they're giving it, because it doesn't exist. So this is where I find that kind of wave of the Pilates craze. It's good in some ways that people are into Pilates, but I wish it was the right Pilates, or at least a workout utilizing the reformer that can be very good and necessary, but without lifting the box over the head and doing press-ups with it. And you see a lot of crazy things around.
Wow, I haven't seen that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where
it's gone too far, right?
It's gone a little bit too far, and it needs to go back to the studios who really invest on their team, teachers who've done comprehensive training. So when you go to a studio, it is your right to ask the teacher, where's your training? Where did you train?
Right.
Because certainly when I audition clients, I want to make sure what their background is. In addition, what I improve to on their training. So TikTok played a big role in that craze.
Of course.
Everybody sees the Pilates girly. Everybody went into that.
Era. They're in the Pilates era.
I'm in the Pilates. Again, it's great, but again, there is also a misinformation in that world. Because not just because you do Pilates, you're going to look like that. That's where, again, I'm against. Because Pilates is a healing method, as you've experienced.
Exactly.
It's a method that works on the mechanics of the body.
That's right. I was going to say, because it used to be known as more, if you needed to, if you were injured and needed to do rehabilitation, then you would do Pilates, right? But now it's just become a whole new movement rather than just being about, getting back into, right alignment and recovering from injuries.
Exactly. I think it will go back because at some stage, many, many years ago, it went through a phase where these reformer classes, and that phase disappeared completely. So I think we will see that drop in the quest for doing more Pilates. It's great. It's my favorite method. It's the base of but I'm talking about classical Pilates. It's the base of any workout you want to do. So
could you explain a bit more about that?
If you want to run better, you do Pilates because it aligns your body right-left. It works on your ankle strength, on your knee strength. It's low impact. You're on your back. You work on your core. You improve your posture. So when you run, let's say when you do sports that it's like tennis or golf, it balances and realigns the body. this is where sometimes a person needs to think
Yes.
of what complements what I'm doing outside.
Yep.
Which exercise should I choose
Yes.
to complement my activity
That makes sense.
or my lifestyle.
Yes.
So Pilates is fantastic for if you don't sleep well and you need to breathe better, you should practice Pilates.
Right.
Because it improves the lung capacity. Definitely after COVID, we've seen a lot. I'm sure at yours you have the hyperbaric oxygen.
We do, that's correct. Yeah.
Which was hopefully it still is
It's a very popular treatment. I mean, the amount of people that have been able to recover from chronic fatigue and long COVID has just been phenomenal to see, because it's all about getting more oxygen into the bloodstream.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing. And Pilates gives you that capacity to expand your lung capacity. And all these we call them chest openings or whatever, it's for the breathing element in it. Joseph Pilates had rheumatoid arthritis. And he had rickets as a kid.
Oh, right.
And he developed the method to basically heal himself.
Oh, amazing.
So when I say Pilates is healing, it's not lie down on the back and feel your body. It's active.
Yes.
Healing the body through movement.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, I recently did the half marathon, and I've done so many of them, but this was my best one for a long time. So it's whether because I've now trained my body to be in the right alignment, my breathing's better. It all comes into play, and obviously doing the recovery treatments at my place. Then all these things do make sure, and incorporating them as part of your lifestyle is allowing me to continue to do this at now 51 years old, right? And I can still get out and have an amazing run and an amazing half marathon.
For sure, when you do, there's nothing wrong with doing high impact sports, but it's important to find the balance with the right recovery.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you keep going to one direction, the body's just going to go there. You have to bring it to the center.
That's right.
And it's very simple for me.
Inflammation, cortisol levels, everything goes through the roof if you're at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, and the structure of the mitochondria itself, it changes.
Correct.
And we can change it.
That's right.
What we need to let people know that it's in their hands. Imagine if somebody's telling you, you can do this.
Yes.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Too late. And that's the problem. People do wait till it's too late, right?
Yeah.
But there are so many preventative therapies out there, such as coming here or coming to our place with our services that we provide. It's all preventative healthcare.
Exactly. It's preventative. When some continued inflammation is, the end of it is disease, such as cancer. And this is if we're going to that other side of the spectrum, is the word.
Yes.
And to reduce inflammation, it has to happen through our diet, through our daily routine, lifestyle. For example, if you're somebody who, let's say your place is in the city, if you're somebody who works and sits a lot and there's restriction of the blood flow in the neck when you're on your laptop all day, this stops moving.
Correct.
It limits the oxygen. So imagine there's no oxygenation going to your head. That's where Pilates or let's say yoga, exercise are so important. And treatment, oxygenates the body.
That's right.
It's so important.
That's right.
Because people don't realize you don't have to live with a headache.
No, you don't.
Joseph Pilates used to say, do Pilates and you will never take a painkiller in your life.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It really works. I rarely reach for something for my headache or whatever because
that's brilliant.
I live healthy. Hydration is important. Infrared, I'm obsessed with infrared.
I was going to say, so you would have seen recovery take on, a new chapter as well. I mean, it's come a long way. I mean, I'm sure 25 years ago there were not infrared saunas, but now people swear by them. I mean, we have them at LondonCryo, people have them at home. So, it has taken on, a new chapter as well.
My advice is when technology is created to serve you, use it.
Yeah.
It's based on studies.
Yes.
Some things are not, they're real. There are scientists who worked and their research that has happened. Especially people should pay attention to their cellular biology.
Correct.
Much more than what they do.
Yes.
And that is basically the root of how you live a much healthier lifestyle.
But how do you get people to make that change so they are paying attention to what's happening inside them?
So for example, I will always repeat that here in the class. Mm-hmm. If somebody, and it's only through education.
It is,
we can just do it through education.
Yes.
And as we're happy to invite people over to try things, to see. for themselves, and it shouldn't really need that much convincing. I found living in the States, I didn't have to do that trying to speak to somebody because they knew it naturally.
Yes.
That's what they would do.
Yes.
And for example, in Australia, we have a lot of teachers who are from Australia. They're so much into their body and into their fitness. It's normal to them.
Correct.
Doing the healthy things for your
Correct.
body. Whereas
Yes.
I found in London, this is nothing. I love London, but you know what
So
I mean.
I'm going to totally support what you're
Right?
saying here. I agree.
Don't
of course.
you agree?
I totally agree. That's why, like, you know, there are thousands of cryo wellness centers in the US. You know, they're not here, right? So, I mean, I'm lucky enough, I have 3 locations and I have, you know, there's competition. So there are more spaces, wellness clinics around, but it's not at the level of the US, and everyone is looking after their health and going into these centers. But, you know, it's not happening here, and it is happening in Australia. And that's why I thought, and even with LondonCryo, let's establish LondonCryo so we can start making these therapies available to Londoners. But it's still not at the same, it's not as mature and developed as it is in other countries.
Hopefully,
so I agree.
hopefully through all these work, the businesses that we have around, I mean, we need to kind of find ways to keep sending our troops to educate them.
Correct. Yes, exactly.
Yes,
But that's why
and-
doing, you know, a podcast like this and getting this out in, you know, for example, on TikTok and on YouTube, and making sure that people are listening to the message out there, and that these services are available to them so they can look after themselves at a cellular level. And it's all about preventative before anyone does get sick.
Well, with you and I, we are similar in a way that it's what we've done for ourselves.
Correct.
So it's natural.
Correct.
What you brought to London with
Yes.
LondonCryo didn't really exist. What I brought to London when back in Spiral Body, there was no one,
Yes.
you know, practiced that real Pilates.
Yes.
It was so weird for me because this is London. I mean, how do you not even know? But again, it's taken years and years, and usually here it follows the US a little bit. But I think
Correct.
we're doing better now in London,
Yeah,
I would say.
exactly.
It's just getting it to the younger to know that they
Yes.
should start early.
Correct.
Don't wait.
Correct.
To me, it's don't wait.
Yeah.
Like
And not
it.
even don't wait till you're an adult, but don't wait till you get sick and then have to look after your health, because by then it's normally too late, right? So you're better off, you know, making sure that you're tapped into what's going on and what's available around you.
For sure. I have clients sometimes who, for example, let's say they start doing weights, and clients who aren't our members, they come to the studio and I look at them and let's say they have overdeveloped shoulders
Yes.
and I just look at them, what have you been doing? Your shoulders were, you know, they shouldn't be like that. And I
Yes.
just guide them back to, like, yeah, I felt like I want to try like super heavy weights. Okay, do you feel better? No, I have tension in my back. Okay, welcome back.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
true. It's true.
So it's constant, but
Yeah.
again, it keeps us entertained and busy.
Exactly, right? But it just makes us have to work harder to get the message out there, right?
Yes.
So people need to be paying attention.
Yeah. I mean, I love talking and I like letting people know. And again, it's education, and I wish it becomes simpler, but we have to keep talking about it, I guess.
It is. Like in the homes, in the schools, everyone needs to be,
I think so.
talking about it
I think
as
so.
well.
Yeah.
What you said at the start was really interesting, that you wanted to end up being a yoga teacher. Is that still part of your plan?
Well, when I say sometimes if you ask me what is my future, I don't often, apart from the studio, the only thing I think of is on a spiritual level.
Yes.
My dream was going to be, I wish I would be in my dream fantasy, the next Karate Kid, to go to Tibet and train with a monk and actually crawl up the stairs and do the snake and do all these amazing poses and Kung Fu and gain that strength, because to me it's mental strength. And when I achieve that mental body kind of control, to me you reach freedom like that. And I love actually to put myself under that test and do that. It's my fantasy in my own world.
That's incredible.
This is what I would like to end up doing.
Right.
About 6 months of I'm training really, really hard.
Yes.
And I just want to see how I feel, because I know that I'm going to feel like I'm flying. I'm not walking on the ground anymore.
Yeah.
That is my dream.
That's
now.
incredible. I never knew that, Lara. I find that really fascinating.
I love it. I love Kung Fu. I love martial arts.
Right.
Again, because it's mental.
Do you do that as well then?
I did Muay Thai for a very short time,
Right.
and I tore my ACL.
Right. Oh.
Which that's why after that I was just doing regular boxing, but punching bags because I can't punch somebody. Sparring is not for me.
Yeah.
But I like in Muay Thai, the martial art aspect of it, which is the movement aspect. And I'm practicing, I'm started to practicing fencing, which
Amazing.
is another thing I want to learn to train my brain. It's like chess with a sword,
Yes.
fencing.
Incredible.
Because you're training your brain. It's not about what I'm going to do with that.
No, of course not.
But
No.
it's training my brain mentally. And again, this is my one way of me giving back to myself. And it's also part of my recovery from
Yes.
teaching all the
Of course,
time. Yeah.
yes.
So that's where I like to
Fascinating.
do. What is your dream?
For me, I haven't worked that out yet. So, okay, because to be honest, I love what I'm doing now, and I just feel like I haven't even touched the surface of where I need to be with, with the journey that I'm on, with bringing these treatments to Londoners. So for me, I still feel like I still have a long way to go with what I'm doing. But then at the end of that, I might go, okay, pause, because I feel really satisfied and happy with where I'm at and what we've put out, especially being able to establish, an industry here in the UK has been a phenomenal achievement for me.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're doing great, and I love your place.
Thank you.
It's where I escape now.
Yeah,
It's 8 minutes walk away
8-minute
from
walk,
core.
that's right.
It's so quick.
Exactly.
And I love it. That's it. I just disappear, and
Yes. Yeah.
as soon as I will go down to the massage room,
It's incredible, right?
Yeah.
I agree. So Lara, as well as seeing Pilates evolve over this period of time, you would have seen recovery space as well turn into what it has now. What was it like before when you were first starting, and where are we at, compared to where we're at now?
The wellness space has changed a lot since I started. There was nothing like cryotherapy. There was nothing like infrared. Obviously, people swam in the sea when it's cold,
Yes.
and I think that's where the studying
Of the cold
started
exposure,
from.
correct.
Cold exposure, cold plunges, and they studied the effect on it on the body. So I think through that personal experience of the impact of these stimulations, the technology has been developed, and technology is developing and improving day by day. So definitely there is a huge shift, and I think there's not only a shift in the technology and our awareness of how we apply recovery into the body, and that is the base of our research. We are much more connected to understanding data about the body.
Correct.
And I see this incredibly beneficial, because what we should do, and ultimately what we need to do, is use the power of AI and
Agree.
the technology in order to create personalized experience based on data.
Correct.
And based on data, we create the program that actually works for our body.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
this is, I think it's great where we are right now. And I'm happy to know that you are part of it.
Yes, very excited to be collaborating now. So thank you for your time, Lara. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I hope we will see each other very soon.
You will. I'll be in class very soon.
Thank you.